Okay, so I was going to walk through real quick how to make this bar graph for this wind power lab, but this would also apply to any other labs that we needed to make a bar graph for on the iPad using graphical analysis. So what we have our data, we have our low, medium, and high speed fan speeds here, and we're going to basically graph that versus our 3 blades mean power and our 4 blades mean power. So really we need 3 columns of data. If we go down here to number 2, we kind of have our instructions. So we're going to go to graphical analysis. We're going to open the software, start a new experiment, and select manual entry. So if we go back over here, so from here, we're in graphical analysis now. So we go down to, we already said new experiment, or when you first open it, it should come up with this screen. So you say manual entry. And that should bring up basically an empty graph and an empty data table over here. So that's where we are. So then we're going to click on the 3 dots on the X column and choose column options, enter fan speed in the name box, and then change the data type to categorical. So we go back over here. We go to the X, we say column options. We come in here, we change our name to fan speed. There are no units for this because it's just low, medium, and high. We're going to change the data type to categorical and apply. Okay, so that's that column. Then the next column, so we're going to go to the 3 dots on the Y column and go to column options. We're going to enter, I'm not going to say mean power original. I don't like that. After I looked at it again, I want to say average power, and I want to say 3 blades because that's what this one's for. Okay, so we're going to go over here. We're going to go to the Y column. So right there, click on the 3 dots. We're going to change the name here to average power and we're going to call that 3 blades. Our units for this are going to be milliwatts, little m, big W, and then everything else can stay the same. So the number of decimal places is fine, numerical data type is fine. So we'll keep that, okay? Now, the next bit here, we need to add another column because it only has 2 columns, but we need 3. So go to the 3 dots by the column we just made, the average power 3 blades. We're going to click on the add manual column. So we're going to go to the 3 dots, and instead of just going to column options, we're going to say add manual column. And that's going to bring up our column options dialog box, and then we're going to put in average power 4 bladed, and then our units are milliwatts there as well. So we'll come back over here. So we'll go to the 3 dots beside the average power 3 blades. We're going to say add manual column. We're going to say average power 4 blades. And the units here are milliwatts. And again, everything else can stay the same. So we have our 3 columns now. All right, so now it's just a matter of copying in our data and putting our graph together. Okay, so our data, first off, our fan speed, low, medium, and high. Pretty simple. So double tap in the box, in the cell, say low, medium, and high for our fan speeds. Then we're going to do our average power here. Okay, so for the 3 blades, it's going to be this column right here. So 73.06. Then 82.97. Then 88.49. Okay, or whatever your data happens to be. That's just the data I'm using. If you have different data, put your data in. Okay, and then the 4 blades is just going to be this column right here. So 79.92, or whatever your data happens to be. 87.88. And the last one down here, 105.47. Okay, and that's our data. And the last thing we need to do is to actually format our graph. So right now, it's not bad. Actually, that is our three-blade data right there. So we can kind of see our pattern. But we want to display all of it in one graph. So what we want to do is display both of these columns. To do that, we go over here to our y-axis label. We tap on that. Now we got our little switches here. So you got average power for 3 blades is already on. We're going to turn on the average power for 4 blades. You can change your color scheme, but I'm not going to worry too much about that at the moment. Just want to make sure there are 2 colors you can see the difference. And right now the scale on this, where it goes to 0 to 100, it's kind of hard to see any differences. So we're going to click on our little zoom button right here to kind of space it out a little bit better. Okay. So that's our data right there. So that's our graph. So we need to save that. So you're going to say untitled up here. Save as, give it a name. I've been calling this one wind power summary. Okay, pick a folder to save it in. Just going to put it in my work done together folder, just kind of a random one here. And then save it. And that's it as far as saving the data. Now to attach it, well, first off here, you got to export it, and you can either upload the image to Schoology or export it and attach it to your data sheet if you're doing the PDF copy. So we're going to go in here, we're going to tap on the file name up here, go down to export, down at the very bottom here. So export. If you're just going to export it to upload it to Schoology, you could just go here, say share image, and then download it that way. I'm going to assume you already know how to do that. I'm just going to attach this to my report here. So from here, I can just tap on the little, the 2 squares here to copy it to the clipboard. It doesn't look like it does anything, but it does. Then go back into my assignment, go down to the end. If there's not already a blank page there, you can add a blank page. You got to view your thumbnails, go down to the last thumbnail, and you got the 3 dots here in the middle of that. You can hit those and say insert blank page. Now I got a blank page at the end that I can paste my image into of my graph. So I'm going to go up here to the drawing tools. I want to go to the little smudging tool or whatever this thing actually is. It looks like a smudger. But tap somewhere, it says paste, hit paste, say allow paste, and then resize. And there's your graph. And that's it. Make sure you save your file and you're good.